This summer, we got some great Cars playsets, and while most fans are probably most anticipating the new Glow Racers playsets that have been hitting stores over the past few weeks, the one that always interested me the most was this, the Piston Cup Action Speedway. If you know my channel, then you probably know that I don't review or buy Cars playsets all that often. Typically, I'll only buy things like the Color Changers playsets, since they tend to come with new exclusive color changers, or playsets that I could use as locations or set pieces in videos, like my Cars Adventure series. For example, earlier this year, I bought the Red's Firehouse playset so that I could have a courthouse in the background of my Radiator Spring setup. I'm not one to usually buy racetracks or other things like that, but something about this set really just stood out to me. That being its gimmick. It's a hand-powered, wind-up crank set where you crank it up and then the car goes around and around and around and around, and I am just super excited. I've been super excited since this was announced, since I first heard the rumor list with the name, whatever it was called, Piston Cup Wind Up or Crank Up playset. I thought it would be such a fun playset idea, and I was not disappointed when I first saw it. Today I went to Target, not expecting to find the new playsets, but I saw all three of the Glow Racers playsets, Mac, the Garage, and the Speedway. And then I also saw this. This is the most expensive of the new playsets. It goes for $40, which I think is the most expensive Cars playset in quite a while. If you look on the back of the box, you can see how it just sort of dwarfs all of the on-the-road playsets that have been coming out. It's over 40 inches long. And again, usually I wouldn't spend $40 on a Cars playset, but I thought this one had such a cool concept I had to check it out, and also I'm sure I could use things like the Pit Row, Jumbotron, and the Winner's Circle in my Cars Adventure series. Anyway guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to take a look at the Piston Cup Action Speedway playset for the 2023 Cars diecast line. This thing barely fits on frame, as you can see. It is quite large. Again, this has a retail price of $40 here in the US. Most expensive set out of all the ones in the new wave. The Glow Racers Garage is $35, the Glow Racers Speedway is $30, and I didn't check the price on the Mac. I assume he's probably like $20, maybe $25 at most. As you can see, we've got this generic image of Cars 3 McQueen here, who you could find on the corner of Cars multi-packs and haulers and other similar items. Since they swapped to this red packaging style in 2022. I really like how this looks. A lot of people were excited that this is based on the first movie, as you could see. And yeah, it's just cool to have, you know, the classic Cars logo with this really nice red color scheme. I'm not the biggest fan of the current red Cars cardback style, but man, it looks really, really good on the box here. I love how you have all this sort of downward vector line stripes. Of course, the name tag here written in the tire track, Piston Cup Action Speedway. Yeah, it looks really good. Unfortunately, you just have images of Cars 3 McQueen all over, which isn't accurate, but again, this image is on all Cars merchandise currently. It, of course, includes one plastic car, a Cars 1 McQueen, who is using the plastic Cars 3 McQueen mold, which has become pretty standard for plastic McQueens over the past few years. You can see it has kid-powered action. I'm 19, so I'm legally an adult. So I hope this thing can withstand adult-powered action. You see, it obviously comes unassembled, and it's over 40 inches long, which is crazy. I'm going to need a lot of space for this. On one side of the box, you could see launch into the Winner's Circle. I didn't know that was a feature of this. I actually didn't really look into this. I just sort of impulse bought it. Not impulse bought it, but I didn't really look into it. I knew I wanted to get it before I saw it in the store today. I saw it in the store today, and I quickly picked it up. I didn't really read all the features, but now we're doing that. Piston Cup Action Speedway. Again, we have kid-powered action advertised. You crank it up, and the cars will go around. Use the control panel. I didn't see this until I came home, and I flipped out. I thought it was so cool. This thing has a control panel. You got different buttons and switches and stuff you could fiddle with. That is so cool. This is such a good value for $40, and it's 40 inches all around, so I guess you're paying a dollar per inch, right? I think it's such a good value set. I don't even have it open yet, you know? Only $40. I honestly expected this to be at least $50. Then again, the main things I collect outside of cars are Legos and, like, Star Wars Black Series and Marvel Legends, so I'm used to those things always being overpriced. Like, this was a $60 Lego set. If I want to buy two Marvel figures in the 2-packs together, it's gonna set me back $50, sometimes $60, you know? So, one of the reasons why I love collecting cars so much is just how well priced everything is. Again, I was expecting this to be a lot more, but I think that may come from the other things I collect typically being more. Launch into the winner's circle. Every Piston Cup set needs a winner's circle. You guys know that. Just seeing the layout, it's pretty cool with all this. I love the inclusion of McQueen Pity. I'm gushing so much, and it's not even open yet. But yeah, you can see Lightning, of course, using the plastic McQueen from this set. Chick Hicks and the King racing around, as well as the fabulous Hudson Hornet with headset, which is pretty funny because he has not been released since 2015. See, the set is made in Vietnam, and down here, as I showed earlier, you can check out all of the different car sets out now. We got the Radiator Springs Tour, I believe it's called, the Red's Firehouse, which I have reviewed, the Whale Car Wash, which I also reviewed last year, these other two sets, which I don't really have an interest in, but it is fun to see them all connect to the Cars on the Road playsets. I definitely miss the old story set connectors. I wish we were still using those instead of these smaller ones, which I'm not the biggest fan of. This will not connect to your old Cars playsets, but it will connect to anything from 2022 and onward. Anyway, let's bring this into the other room and open it up. Alright. Usually I do a time lapse of me opening everything up, but I assume there's going to be a lot in here, so I do want to sort of give a tour. Wow, yeah, look at all those pieces. Alright, what we're gonna want to do first, though, is pull our dear buddy McQueen out of here. Let's see. There we go. And take a quick look at him. As I've said before, the plastic McQueen included is based on the first Cars movie, just like the rest of the set is. And while it's based on the Cars 1 McQueen design, its mold is much closer to the Cars 3 Lightning McQueen diecast. For those of you who don't know, starting in 2017, for Cars 3 McQueens and now on the Road McQueens, they started using a longer, thinner McQueen mold for no explained reason. For Cars 1 McQueens, they still use this smaller mold for re-releases and new McQueens that are sort of based more so on the first movie. As far as plastic McQueens go, for the past several years, they have only manufactured ones in the thinner, longer Cars 3 style mold, including Cars 1 McQueen designs. A few years ago, a playset included a Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen, a color changer set included a Dynaco Lightning McQueen, both of which used the Cars 3 style mold. But this is the first time we've ever gotten a traditional Cars 1 McQueen design on a plastic Cars 3 mold. Just something worth noting. It really doesn't mean anything to me, but I know this McQueen being on the longer mold is gonna bother some people. Depending on who you ask, of course. As far as plastic McQueens go, I think they always give them really great expressions, and this one is no exception. This is a really good-looking McQueen. I'd love this face to be on just a stock standard McQueen diecast. This guy's probably going to end up repainted in my collection into something for a future video. Of course, all of the decals are stickers, one of which has been misapplied on mine. As you can see, the Rusty's logo, I think, is way too far off to one side than it should be. I just noticed that now. Yeah, really great, very in-character, determined expression. It's got all the decals you would hope for. Again, most of them are stickers, which you could definitely tell just by the way the light hits them. Some of them, however, do seem to be decals. I think, much like the modern color changers, the Rusty's logo is a sticker, but all this on the side seems to be printed on decals. And the Rusty's logo on the back. And I want to say the 95 up top are also stickers, yeah, but everything else pretty sure is printed on decal. We've got all of his secondary sponsors. 95 in the classic lightning bolt. It even has a white outline, which I know is done sometimes for McQueen designs. Not sure if that's more film accurate though. On the back, we've got his rookie stripe, Rusty's medicated bumper ointment. There's a look at the other side. There is a look at the base. Not much to say. It's a plastic McQueen. Let's get back to the set. Alright, so now that the McQueen is free and we've taken a look at him, let's take the pieces out. Pieces are starting to spill out. Oh no! Alright. We have, wow, okay, we've got this. This looks like the winner's circle. We have the whole crank mechanism itself. Oh, that's gonna be... Ooh, okay, this is the plastic cover that's gonna go on top of the crank. I wonder how necessary that's gonna be. Definitely is gonna limit what you could put in. Here is the crank itself. Ooh. Alright, we'll have to see how all that works. We have a QR code. What? Scanning this QR code takes you to an unlisted YouTube video simply titled Piston Cup Action Speedway. It only has 69 views at the time of me watching it, and it gives you the instructions in a video form, which is very unnecessary considering, that's the story set adapter, considering you also get paper instructions, but if you're more of a visual learner, of course, could be helpful for you. It is definitely an ugly piece of the set. Once again, this keeps happening with the car sets. Why are the stickers taped to the instructions? Whose decision was it? Probably the same guy that slapped a QR code on this, right? Here we have the sticker sheet, soon to be the bane of my existence. I found out with the Reds playset the hard way, that the stickers were just way too sticky. Here we have the extensive instructions. Look at that. So much paper being kind of wasted. You could have shrunk those pictures down, guys. If you're going to include a video link, why include the paper instructions or vice versa? Here is a piece of track. Here's a red stand. Let's see. Another piece of track. The bulk of the set, complete with my new best friend, Rusty's Pity, and your control panel. Aha! Look at that! Woo, woo, woo! Okay, alright. Check out more of that later. More track. I guess these are like barriers. Got the Jumbotron here, which is pretty funny. And we also have a weird little paper bag full of, I assume, some smaller pieces and accessories. Now, let's put the stickers on this and then we will put it together. Alright, well that took an unnecessarily long time to put together, and all of the stickers are to blame. There are like 20 total. It is a lot. It's an unnecessary amount of stickers, and yeah, it adds nice detail and all that, but still, it's a lot, and like I've said in past reviews, the stickers I use stick way too well, so if you, like me, are kind of a perfectionist with this kind of thing, and you really want them to, you know, sort of look as good as possible, I'm sorry. You may have some ripping problems, unfortunately, but let's go through the set real quick. You can see down here we have the story set adapter. You've got all these logos all throughout. Down here is your control panel, which features this arrow, which, as you can see, toggles the corresponding little lever here, which can bring your car into the pit row. We have this red stack of tires, which corresponds to the red Rusty's Pity. Interesting inclusion here. I'm genuinely surprised they didn't use Guido, especially because the box shows Doc, but now we got a blank early movie Rusty's Pity. And the pit row area has some fun little things molded in to the bottom there. It looks like we have some sort of not allowed sign or stop sign, gas canisters, an air gun or a tire gun there, some other miscellaneous car parts. I really like this sticker, which shows some grass, sort of like this is the infield or close to it. And then, of course, we have this button, this green go button, which, again, controls the green here by the grass with another go lever there. I love that this is color-coded. Orange for this, red for this, green for this. It not only fits with the aesthetic of the playset with the green grass area and the red pity and the orange barrier, it just makes it really easy to remember. Then we, of course, have the crank itself. If you saw during the assembly montage, I didn't realize that this piece and this piece were combined together, which is why it wasn't cranking very well. We will check it out on... Whoa! Okay, so that's how it works. Alright, I was going to say we'll check it out in just a minute, but you can see, woo. Ah! You crank it up a bit. When a car presses this, it triggers the whole system. Alright, very cool. Moving on to this side. Over here we have the Jumbotron. As you can see, this is supposed to be the Motor Speedway of the South in the first Cars movie. Absolutely love that they use the same sign design as what is used in the Cars series. This part was a pain to put stickers on. Absolute total pain. Of course, if you don't want to always have a screenshot of McQueen here, just don't put that sticker on. Piston Cup logos look good though. Down here we have the pillar. You can see they're on lap 6, and we have number 95, McQueen, of course, Chick Hicks, the king, in the first 3 spots. Then after that, number 70, 52, 4, 73, 92, and 9. There is no Piston Cup car numbered 9 in the entire Cars series, and this is especially weird because there's not even a marker saying that they're in 9th place. It's just 9. Are they number 9? Are they in 9th place? Who are they? I don't know. But this is actually the catalyst for another one of the set's main features. If you flip it, as you can see, this part goes up, and your path is diverted, so you could launch somebody into the winner's circle. Speaking of which, actually, before we go back there, I should mention, this is a really nice touch. This is a connector piece to allow you to connect different buildings and other places and such to this part, I believe. So you could connect, like, Red's Firehouse. You know, this uses the same system as the road pieces for the new style story sets, which is really nice. And if you're concerned that this piece will get in the way, don't worry, it doesn't go all the way down, so you could easily fit another playset here. Very clever. Love how they always go out of their way to make sure you have some connectivity. Ooh, there you go. Of course, we have the winner circle here, and it's stupid, dumb, pointless QR code. Looking at this makes me sad. I'm gonna peel it off. It's so ugly and pointless. Why include a video if they're not paper instructions? Clearly nobody's using the video. This has been out for a few weeks and only 69 people have watched the video. I was the 70th. What's the point, Mattel? Anyway, up here, of course, we have some speakers plugged into these holes, pretty similar to the accessory holes they've used for years in Cars sets. And yeah, now the instructions say for the crank to wind it up until you feel resistance. At first I thought it was annoying to have this big plastic piece, but then I put my hand here, and yeah, that hurts. Would not recommend. But as you can see, winding it up gives you a lot of laps you can do, which is really nice. So if you wind it up, keep cranking it, has you crank it for quite a while, which really gives you a lot of different chances to race around. Now, I love this crank gimmick. I think that's such a cool thing. And yeah, now we're feeling resistance. So that is an absolute ton of laps we've just locked in that you could do with this. You know, why have a battery-powered playset when you could, you know, interact with it like that, of course. Now we'll put Doc here in the crew chief stand. He hangs off the edge quite a bit, but hopefully that won't be a problem when we try to get Lightning in the winner's circle, right? Yeah, he won't interfere with that. All right. We're going to start by trying to run a lap. Brought several cars here to test out. All right, so Let's, I don't usually look at the instructions for, you know, how to play it, but I did want to see what they said for the crank, and they recommend to drive up the ramp to start. We'll see how many laps this guy can do. Wow, this thing barely fits in my camera. It is huge. It's such a long set. All right, we're going to drop Lightning in, and we're going to see him go. Go, Lightning! Woo! Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. I think it's 8 laps, 9, I want to say, 10, 11, 12, 13, he's slowing down a little, 14, you can see there's a little less power in there. Wow, I think that was 15 laps. Poor guy got caught up there. That is crazy. Okay, all right, let's crank this up again. Oh, no, Lightning, don't fall in there, buddy. And now we're gonna throw a second car in the set. All right, before we get another car on the track, I wanna test the pit row. So Lightning, go in there, and then we're gonna switch. He goes so fast, it's kind of hard to divert him. And then have this poor, unnamed, probably underpaid Pitty work on Lightning, and then when he's ready to go, whoa, no, Lightning, no, okay, that didn't go too well. Probably the downside of me not using kid-powered action and using adult-powered action. We can stop him again, yeah. I think Lightning being plastic is the reason why he flipped like that. Okay, so if we got a metal McQueen in here, hopefully... Okay. Wait a minute, can we send him backwards? Go, Lightning! Okay. Would not recommend. Alright. Yeah, so don't slam it. Just, there we go. Now we can go back in. I keep forgetting to reset him, so we could switch him there. And now what we're gonna do, while he's stopped here, we're gonna start sending Chick around. Or not. Ooh. Is Chick too heavy, or do I need to wind it up again? Okay. Alright. Okay. Wow, is Chick... I wouldn't say he's too heavy. Maybe we need to rewind it here. Definitely gonna work better with plastic cars. I think that's what happens with every car cell, right? Alright, so we're gonna send Chick in. Go Chick X. Yeah, wow, okay. Chick is a little... Chick can still go around, but he's a little... No, Lightning! He's a little heavy for the set. Especially when the launcher starts getting depowered a little. Oh, now they're helping themselves. Oh, no! Oh! Maybe it's because my Chick is older. This is his original 2006 release. He is a bit heavy, and he's, of course, a bit unconventionally shaped. And again, I don't think anything's going to run as well as that plastic machine. Let's get the King in there. Go, King. There we go. All right, look at them go. Oh. Ooh, and they are both out of here. Does the launcher still have power? No. All right, so it's time to crank it again. This is such a cool set. I really enjoy this. All right. And we should see just how long you wind it up for. All right. Let's get a metal McQueen on the track. Gonna send him and the King at the same time. And go, Lightning. Diversion. Ooh. All right. No, King. Oh. Oh. All right. All right. Okay. Oh. 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 Ooh, we got a spin out. This is so cool. Yeah, the Plastic McQueen definitely worked the best. Of course, Plastic McQueen on a first-time launch is gonna be your best bet. Chick, unfortunately, didn't work too well. Oh! But he is heavier, boxier, and mine is a bit old and I don't think rolls that well after, 17 years of me having him. So, I think that's alright. I did bring a few other cars just for the sake of testing, just to see what we could try to pull off. Up first, you gotta test Mater. And oh my gosh, Mater has clearance. It's tall enough to fit Mater. That is That's amazing. I did not expect that. Alright. Wow, shocker. If I use the included hand crank, it works better. Yeah, Mater's not gonna have a fun time on here. Yikes. The fact that he fits, though. Oh, no, he's also not getting out of here. Mater! Ooh. Ooh, okay, bad idea, bad idea. Mater, get out of... Okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Like most sets, it really is just built for racers. Speaking of racers, though, Francesco. Whoa! Whoa, he's going so fast! I think because Francesco is smaller, right? Alright, we are going to divert this and see if we can launch... Oh! Okay, well that didn't work. Wait. Why isn't it going all the way up? Okay. We're gonna launch Francesco. Oh, that was so good. That was perfect. Sometimes you can't really lock this too well. You gotta be real gentle with it. Make sure you're not flipping it back and forth or else that's not gonna stay up. So be gentle with it. And shoot Francesco. Ooh. Yeah, looks like the crank may have to be redone, but now, see if we could get Lightning to be the winner here. Go, Lightning. Ooh! That's such a fun aspect of the set to include this whole additional challenge of can they make it into the winner's circle. Alright, that's cool and all, but let's get some more fun options in here. You may have noticed that Doc has gone missing. That's because he's about to relive the glory to... There he goes. Alright, maybe, you know, so much of it is probably, like, mathematical, right? If we start... Ooh, Doc with a head start. Doc's shaping is not good for this set, with, like, the half wheels and stuff. Yeah, so some of your more inherently heavy or older cars may not work as well, but if you're using newer characters, you know, newer releases, I'm sure you are golden. Here's Brush Kerber. Just, you know, stock standard Piston Cup car. Yeah, look at him go. So fast he flipped over. I think part of the fun of this can certainly be seeing which of your cars performs the best on it. And yeah, you're going to be disappointed that some don't perform as well as others, but hey, that's just how it goes with Cars Playsets. That's how it always has been. I remember when I was little, I got the Willie's View Challenge playset or whatever, the dirt track set, right? The Mountain Challenge it was called. I remember my mom specifically telling me after reading the instructions, this only works with race cars. It did. Here's a Hot Wheels, or a Matchbox, I don't know what that is. My grandma got it for me once. Poor guy. Whoa. He's too light, I think. Or he's too small. But let's try a few other cars. Sarah Cogs. The next great Piston Cup racer is you. Okay, this isn't gonna work. Even if you were to lift this top off, you know, which I'm not gonna do here. You know, taller characters, bigger characters still aren't gonna work too well. Again, like most Piston Cup sets, it is recommended to use these exclusively with racers, but, you know, I like to break the mold. So that's why I brought the Batmobile. Yo! No way! I did better than I thought. How about the other Batmobile? It doesn't really fit. Okay. What else did I get? A Rocket Racer Jackson Storm. I'm sure a lot of you want to know how the next gens perform. I thought it'd be funny to bring the weirdest shaped next gen I own. Go, Jackson. Hey. Yeah, so cars with more peculiar shapes are not gonna survive too long out here, as you can see, but I'm not, like, disappointed by that, you know? I had so much fun just with McQueen. We got a Mini in here, it works! Go, McQueen! Wow! The Minis have enough power in them to trigger the, launcher. No way, look! Oh, wait, that's sick! That's so cool! Oh my gosh. Oh, that is awesome. I had no clue that would work. All right, Mater, it's your turn, man. If Mater's regular diecast can't make it, let's let the mini Mater be a winner. I said let's let the mini Mater. The McQueen took up a lot of turns. Alright, powered up again. Mater. Go. Woo! Alright, final verdict. This set is super cool. If you're a kid, you're going to have a blast with this. If you're some guy who reviews toy cars on YouTube, you're also going to have a blast with this. This is so fun. It's also just a really good-looking Piston Cup set. Easily one of the best ones that I've seen them do, and probably my favorite Cars playset I currently own that isn't like a diorama building. It's super fun. Things like the control panel are incredibly smart and clever. The only thing I don't like about it is the weird QR code sticker. That's coming off. I don't like that. That is weird and dumb and unnecessary. Of course, not every Cars diecast ever made is going to work 100% perfectly with this. The Plastic McQueen worked great, though. And, you know, your traditionally shaped eraser characters, you're going to have a lot of fun just going around and around and around. For $40, you get a lot here, so much that I can't even fit it on my camera with my tripod up almost as high as it can possibly go. There's a lot of fun to have here. I think this one is pretty cool. Of course, at the end of the day, whether or not you want it is going to come down to you. Let me know what you think about the set in the comments. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. How am I ever going to get a thumbnail for this review? Bye now. Pit stop noises, pit stop noises.